Hello, hello, everybody. It's Sarah. It's High Frequency Friday. Woo woo. Getting on here just a minute or two late, so I'm going to see if there's anybody that's going to join me. Got my phone plugged in this time. I don't know if you joined me one of the other sessions on High Frequency Friday. I actually ran out of frequency because I hadn't charged my phone. So, very excited today. I'm hoping to get a couple of folks to sign on here. If not, we'll just go ahead and get started. Oh my gosh, so I'm going to just start with my latest news. Some of you may have followed. I actually cut my hair. I don't know if you were able to see it in the last few videos, but I had 12 extra inches of hair on me last time I did a video. Got it cut off earlier this week, and oh god, it feels so great. I don't know if any of y'all have long hair, but I've had it for so long. I've probably had long hair for 10, 12 years. I haven't had it cut this short in that long. So, and I grow it out and cut it and donate it. So it always goes to a good cause. But I'd been unwilling to go this short for a while. So I put it out on Facebook and let everybody else decide. And pretty much everyone says, cut it, cut it, cut it. So I did. So it was pretty fun. So I love it. It's fresh and new. And anyway, so doing something new and fresh and fun and kind of going outside your comfort zone can be a great way to raise your vibration. But so we're going to get started, guys. I'm going to go ahead and introduce you to a little different view of this space. I'm actually sitting in one of the chairs that I do my vibrational healing sessions in, and we're going to talk a little bit about the components of that today. And some of the stuff you'd have to come in and get a session for, but some of the stuff we're going to talk about today you can use at home as well. And one of my main goals with the High Frequency Fridays is to give you guys tools to raise your vibration on your own. And just to be aware of all the different things that you do and don't do or could start doing that can literally raise your vibration. And we hear, at least in my circles, you hear that phrase a lot, raise your vibration. What does that really mean? Well, as I've mentioned in some of the other videos, your body actually has a frequency in megahertz, a healing, healthy, natural, full-bodied frequency for your human form is 68 to 70 megahertz, and that's what we're talking about when I talk about raise your vibration. It's literally changing the frequency in your body to bring it to a healthier state where your body can heal itself. Our bodies are amazing, beautiful, smarter than we could possibly know, physical structures, and we oftentimes, in our beautiful humanness, get in the way of our body's natural ability to heal through things we're taking in, be it sound, movies, conversation with people, toxic, uncomfortable conversations that don't lend itself towards healing or solution. Sometimes when we stay in those environments for too long, we actually suppress our immune system. Our frequencies lower, and we need to find ways to raise our frequency naturally, right? So we can allow our bodies to heal. So the vibrational healing sessions that I do here in the Zen Den, and for those of you who may catch this who don't live in Atlanta, hopefully you can find somebody in your area that does something like this. But I take 3 different components of natural vibration raising techniques. One is aromatherapy, and I use, bring it up to the camera here, I use doTERRA essential oils. Do it that way, maybe it reads better. Not all essential oils are created equal. I am going to do a video on that. I've talked about it a couple other times. If you want more information about that, I can definitely give you information about essential oils, but the purpose here is not really to go too deep into that particular topic today, but just know the brand matters, quality matters when you're talking about essential oils. A lot of the kinds that you might find at, say, a grocery store or really any kind of local store may not have a super high grade, high frequency essential oil. But if you get a good quality oil, they're one of the highest frequency, I call it kind of a supplement that you could add to your life. So we use essential oils that are specific to where you are emotionally. The major purpose of my vibrational healing sessions are to help you clear out the negative emotions, allow in the more positive healing emotions that can create the environment in your body so you can heal. The lower emotions I talked about in one of my previous videos actually keep you at a lower vibration, a lower frequency, a slower frequency, which inhibits healing, growth, stimulation, solution from happening. So those, not the sole purpose, but a huge part of the purpose of my vibrational healing sessions are to get you out of the slower, less helpful emotions, make room for your body to heal. So essential oils are a huge part of that. Another thing I like to use, which kind of an indirect part of the vibrational healing session, are crystals. And I say indirect because they aren't the main focus, but they're all over the room. The Zen Den, guys, my Zen Den is really composed of 6, 7 different intentional high-frequency healing modalities. What you get in the session itself is essential oils, is a big part of that. Bach flower. People have heard of Bach flowers. Bach is actually a brand name, but I use flower and tree essences, and healing music, either guided meditation or healing energy-infused music to bring you into, and if you relax back into the chair, you've got your music, you've got your aromatherapy, and you've got your flower and tree essences that are actually, I use this little machine here to help direct those energies into your body in a constant streaming of either 20 or 40 minutes, depending on what suits you. During that time, hopefully you're going into a meditative state or a deep relaxation state. So on top of the flower and tree essences, the aromatherapy, and the sound therapy, you're actually entering a meditative or deeply relaxed state, which that in and of itself is a great neutralizer of the negativity to bring you into that more positive level so you can start healing. But like I said, the Zen Den, the space that the sessions take place, I have are very intentionally cleaned energetically. I've got the crystals, I've got salt lamps, I've got all sorts of things lined up here in this space to really nurture and soothe and create a safe space for you to let go if you need to, for you to relax and to allow the healing to take place. So it's really quite exciting, guys. Several of the other people in the office space actually, I'll come in to work because I leave my door open when I'm not here. People will come in and I'll find people sitting in the chairs because even if they're not getting all of the components of the sessions, the room itself, I've got 2 great windows. Again, it's a very nurturing, healing, soothing environment. And I actually have something fun we're going to do today here in a little bit too. I got my new box of crystals, and I'm going to talk to you about that in a second. So what I want to encourage for you guys to do this weekend, your homework, should you choose to accept it, is to create a Zen Den within your own space. Again, if I were to kind of take you on a virtual tour here, I've got all sorts of comforts that, be it the colors, the messages on the wall. I've got my beautiful, my salt lamp in the shape of a swan back here. I've got my statues and my crystals and everything that I'm starting to collect that help remind me not only of who I am and where I want to go, but create, just coming in here, sitting in the space, I can breathe, I can relax, I feel good, guys. And when you feel good, chances are you're gonna do better for yourself, you're gonna have a better day. So sitting here even just for 20 minutes can reframe your whole day. And that's part of what the vibrational healing sessions are about here. Flower and tree essences, I mentioned those briefly. They're in these little vials. It's actually the healing frequency of the different flowers and trees is actually imprinted onto these vials. And through this machine, I can actually transmit that healing frequency into you. So this is the same technology, very similar technology than what you would use in the hospitals, EKG, EEGs, things like that. It's frequency that is directed into the body to read, you know, your heart rate or different things that are going on inside your body and give that information to the doctors. Well, this is the same technology. And I actually use another tool that's got the similar technology for my essential oils. Can actually scan, it's called an ITOVI, you can actually scan for what your body is needing environmentally, physically, and emotionally from an essential oil component. And I tell you what, guys, it's an amazing tool. I have people who come in who just feel off and they're not really sure why, and I use that scan and it helps me identify, helps them actually identify what they were feeling, because sometimes when you just feel icky, you feel down, you're not really sure why. You haven't really looked at those emotions enough to identify exactly what you're feeling. And then you read something, you're like, oh, that's where I was. And it helps you get out of it, helps you break free of those emotions when you have a little bit better idea of what they are. So I've got my Zen Den, I've got my safe space, I've got my comfort place, it's got my colors, it's got my smells, it's got everything I love that makes me feel good and helps me really get into that meditative state. So that is a huge thing for raising your vibration, guys. Do you have a space in your home? Maybe it's even in your car. Maybe it's a space at work, or some little things. If you can't create your whole, take a whole room out of your house for this, maybe you have a corner, you have a couple components that you can put together that help create your Zen Den. So that's your challenge, guys. Create your own Zen Den. I have one at my house. Yay, I'm so fortunate that I have space enough at the house to have my own Zen Den there. I've got my Zen Den here. And then, of course, to get really deep on you guys, hey, Jess, the idea is to create the Zen Den within you, right? You want to be able to cultivate peace. You want to be able to cultivate that quiet, that stillness within inside of you to give you a fresh outlook on your day, to help you deal with a situation that maybe you were perplexed by. Yay, Jess sent me heart faces. Love it. Actually, I was talking with Jess earlier about this, like when sometimes you have an encounter with somebody and you read it a certain way, like it's you think that person was giving you the funky eye, and you're like, what the heck's going on? What did I do wrong with that person? When you create a practice, when you create a meditative practice, an emotional balancing practice where you can kind of check yourself before you go off into a tangent thinking that person has insulted you or something, or it changes the whole thread of your day, when you are able to create a Zen Den within your heart, or in your car, or your office, or wherever, and you can come to that place, find that balance, find that love, find that good feeling space, that anchor inside of you, and then you can deal with some of those situations. So as you start to read all these or listen to all these videos, guys, which I hope you do, the whole series, I want you to start putting all these pieces together. Like, how can I start practicing this? And then realize, too, if you don't have your own Zen Den at your house, again, you want to create that mobile one inside of you anyway, but it's one step at a time. Maybe, again, for me, like I started with, and I'm going to tell you about my crystals here in a second, I started with amethyst because I read about some of its healing properties and problems with addiction and things like that. And it's purple. Honestly, guys, it was no deeper than that. I love purple. This beautiful, and the color doesn't even come through as beautiful as I love it to on camera, but this beautiful purple is part of the reason I like amethyst. But it makes me happy. Literally just looking at the color makes me happy. And I'll be honest with y'all, I'm not as knowledgeable on crystals yet. It is an area that I just got into this year. And part of how I'm opening up my box, I don't know if you can read it, it's from Tamed Wild. It's my wild crystal box. It's one of those things I saw on Facebook where they're like, start getting crystals delivered to your house. Oops, my crystals just fell. Start getting crystals delivered to your house every month. And I thought that would be a great way to learn. Like, so I did that. I think it's called Tamed Wild Crystal Box. If you Google it, I'm sure you'll find it. And they send you this amazing little sheet with a description of what you're getting, and you get something different every month. Sometimes it's cleaning tools. Sometimes it's the grid to create your own crystal grid. And you use crystals in a healing session to support, to help bring out allow the negativity to release, to create that healthy healing channel for good energy to come back in, again, for your body to do some of its own healing. So I'm not going to read through all this, but I'm going to kind of show you. They send you a box. Sometimes they send you jewelry. And this is, looks like a necklace with mookaite? I don't even know if I'm saying that right, guys. Strawberry quartz black. Oh, this is a black jasper necklace. So I'm going to read about that in a little bit. I'll post a note in the comments. But I just love it. It's a fun little box. I think it's like, I paid like $55, I think, for 3 months, 3 deliveries. And it's like Christmas every month. So this is a little quartz. They send you the little satchel of it with the name on it, so you can, it helps me what I do to teach myself little by little. And I've paid for a crystal healing course that I haven't taken yet. So I just kind of study a little bit as we go. This is strawberry quartz. I was just going to try to pull it out and show it to you. Ooh, look at that. It's actually sort of in the shape of a heart too. You could kind of see a little heart in there. And then I keep the little bag, and I keep the, oh, this one's pretty too. It's almost got a purple hint to it. Just the thing, name of the box, Wild Crystal Box or Tamed Wild. Look that up, and if not, just hit me up and I can send you the details from my email. And then I got one other thing. Oh, this is a big one, guys. Sometimes they send you little small guys, and then sometimes you get a real big one, and they're always different. Oh my gosh, look at that stone. That's got all sorts of beautiful stuff in it. So I can't wait to read about this. I'll put the notes in the comments. But nobody starts off as an expert. There are some people who begin this journey of energetics, of healing, of crystals, and healthy eating, and whatever. Some people begin with gifts that are amazing from the get-go, and some people are born with that innate ability to learn and retain information. Other people have to study their whole life and still maybe never feel like they totally get it. And the reason I say that, guys, is as you start to open your world up to all these different new kinds of healing techniques and things to raise your vibration, the important part too is to remember that it's a process, and everybody's a little bit different how they take stuff in. If you learn something, if you're studying something at that moment when you need it the most, you will probably never forget what you learned out of that situation. Versus me with crystals right now, like, I just think they're cool. So I'm just kind of learning as I'm going. But if I were to have an encounter, you know, with healing crystals, and, you know, I'd probably never forget that situation. I might learn about them a lot quicker. So I just like to be transparent with y'all and kind of let you know the learning process too. It's not about knowing everything. It's not about knowing everything right now. It's just about starting. It's opening the door, walking through, getting curious, getting something like the crystal box every month and reading about it a little bit. And I could get really caught up in, and this is where I'm still getting used to it. Like, they give you the description, everything, but there's still the quality when it comes to crystals. Just like there's quality with essential oils, there's quality with crystals and gemstones too. And honestly, I'm not there yet as far as being able to figure all that out on my own yet. So what I'm doing is just setting my intention around all the stones and the crystals that I get, that they're going to give me everything that I need at this point in my life. And there might be some gems and crystals that have a different frequency or a different healing component. One cut of amethyst may be different than another. And hopefully as I learn and gain more knowledge around crystals, use them more in my practice, I'll be able to decipher a little bit more, the grades of healing frequencies within each stone. But right now I'm just learning, so, and I'm having fun with it. And like I say, I bless and cleanse this room and all the properties in it. So my intention wrapped around every stone, every crystal, every essential oil, every session that I do carries a lot of weight, guys. And that's true for you as well. So your intention throughout your day and what you're doing has a lot of weight on what the outcome might be. So set your intention. Create that Zen Den within your mobile Zen Den is in your own heart, right? In your own head, in your own body, in your car, what have you. So create your Zen Den, gather those things that make you feel good, and celebrate them, enjoy them, and just keep working at it. Learn something new every day, every week, every month, whatever. Just keep the practice going. Set those intentions to continually learn, continually look at what can raise your vibration, right? Change your frequency, change your life, right? So I think that's probably all I'm going to go into today. I'm sitting in my Zen Den chair. I might just lean back and take a nap here when I'm done. Oh, it's so relaxing. Oh my gosh. Every time I see somebody in the chair, I'm just like, oh, can I get, because I have a station right next to it too. I'm like, I could just take a Zen Den right next to them. So anyway, thanks for jumping on, guys. If you didn't catch it live, hopefully you catch the replay. I love reaching out to everybody every week, so I look forward to seeing you next week. If you have any comments, please put them, of course, in the comment box below, and I will get back to your questions with answers as soon as possible. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Raise your vibration, and go enjoy nature and create your Zen Den. All right, guys, I'm hitting done. Love you. See you soon. Bye.